Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Joel, and this is A Stable Life. All right, you're probably wondering, why does it seem so dark? Well, that's because it's dark outside. And no, it's not late. It's actually very early. Guys, we have a lot to do today, and we need to get started now. Weather events and things that are taking place. I'm gonna be doing a lot of work today on the Veggie Boys farm, which means that I need to start my work with the horses early, because today is manure day. And because it's manure day, that means that it takes me on average 1 to 2 hours longer than normal when feeding the horses. And today, that's just not an option, which means I needed to start 1 to 2 hours earlier so that I could get done early to get started on the next job early. More on that later. But for now, we need to get all of our grain measured out. We need to get hay into the stalls for the horses. And we need to get the muck buckets taken out of the stalls and put into the aisleways for me to take out with the manure wagon. Also, this is kind of some earth-shattering news. There's no donkeys in here. That's right, guys, it's official. Rocky and Buster spent their first night outside last night. So this morning we'll get to see how they're doing and how they did outside. And check, all the muck buckets are out in the aisleways on both sides. Hay's in the stalls, grain's in the stalls. It's at this point that we would normally feed the donkeys, but the donkeys are out. And here's the crazy thing, they're not coming in. We're actually moving the donkeys, but more on that later. For now, we're actually gonna be letting the horses in. However, the sun is coming up, but it's still very dark outside. So we're gonna test out the nighttime performance of this camera. Well, you can tell there's a sunrise over there. I'll use my flashlight so you can see where we're at. So right here, hey, what's up, Sriracha? How we doing, buddy? Good to see you. The horses are gonna be a little freaked out because it's so early, so something to keep in mind with the horses. Also, check it out, you can see my breath. That's exciting. I figured you guys would probably want to see the donkeys too. Hey, Buster! What's up, buddy? Hey, Rocky! Hey guys, good to see you. Don't worry, we'll feed you soon, okay? There's the moon. All right, here we go. Sriracha, let's let you in, bud. I should have known better. This isn't Sriracha, this is Poncho. Whoops. I had to take a better look at him. This is Poncho, not Sriracha. Well, Sriracha's out now. That's right. Now it's just you in here. Okay, enough talking. I need to get going. Who's ready for some Poncho power? Woo! Get it, Poncho. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm kind of liking the donkeys being out. Makes the morning a lot simpler. Just make sure Poncho went into his right stall, and it would appear he did. Good boy, Poncho. Gotta double check those things when you're feeding at an off time. Hey, good morning, Jack. Good to see you, buddy. Rebel, good morning. Champ, good morning. And Casino, good morning, buddy. Good to see you guys. Next up is feeding the donkeys. We've got a little bit more natural light out here now, so you might be able to see what's going on. That sunrise is beautiful. Well, here's what I think I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna set up a time lapse so you guys can see the sun rising, because after I feed the donkeys, I'm gonna get started on manure. Sound like a plan? Well, good morning and welcome back. I ran the time lapse until the battery died, so I hope that got a good sunrise, but I won't know till I look at the footage.
There's Buster and Rocky. Here they are. Yeah, they're still getting used to their new accommodations, but this is going to be their new home.
They're big enough now that they're able to spend their nights outside. We're not putting them out with the horses just yet. And to be clear, I don't think we actually plan on putting them out with the horses because we don't want to risk them getting hurt, because there is a potential that they could get hurt, being that they're so much smaller than the regular horses. If we had 1 or 2, that would be one thing, but with there being more than 2 horses in the pasture, at all times. We just don't want to risk the chance of them getting hurt. That doesn't mean never, that just means not for now. Anyways, I just finished up getting all the manure taken care of and also put a round bale out there in the big field because they didn't need one Saturday, but they did need one today. That means that I'm just gonna open up both runs for the donkeys to go explore. Good morning, Buster. Yeah, good morning, buddy, huh? Good morning. Look at the tips of their ears are wet from the dew. Right, Rocky? Anyway, we'll open this up. This is where Poncho stayed last night. All right, guys, you're free to explore. You got both runs available to you. I'm gonna go get them each a slice of hay so they've got some num-nums because grass is getting light now that we're getting into mid-October. And then we'll move on to daily care. In case you're wondering, yes, the sun is up, but it is still incredibly early. So we're chugging along right ahead of schedule, which is really good. In fact, I'm thinking I'm going to finish upwards of an hour earlier than I planned to, and upwards of 4 hours earlier than normal. That's crazy. And you might be wondering what's gonna happen to Rocky and Buster's stall here. That's an excellent question that I don't have time to answer right now, so stay tuned. Hey, Declan. Also, Dad is here, currently working on putting shoes on the front end of Sriracha. Morning, Dad.
Good.
How's it going?
It's going. His hooves are rock solid.
That's good. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on daily care. I'll leave you to it.
Right.
All right, so for most of the horses, it's all gonna be fly stuff. We don't have to worry about sunscreen this late in fall. All we have to worry about is ticks. So we're gonna be doing fly sprays, and for a few horses, fly masks because of gnats, but they don't really become an issue until the afternoon. Let's get to it. Good morning, dude. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, yes, yes. Man, that's easy. Danny, you ready for some fly spray? Just do a light coat on the back, and we're gonna do a heavy coating on the legs. And then it's just a matter of rinse and repeat on the rest of the horses.
Hey, everybody. So, the torch has been passed over to me. Joel wants me to explain what thrush is and how it affects a horse. So we're with Skywalker. As you know, he has a little bit of a problem with thrush. If you're not familiar with horses and you're not familiar with what actually thrush is, I'll explain it to you. Skywalker only has it on his front hooves. Generally, you'll get it on the fronts and the backs, more so on the fronts, only because that's where most of the weight is actually at on the front end of the horse. So there's more dirt, there's more debris that's packed into the hoof on the front end. They drive with their back. So normally when a horse is walking or running, the back end kind of has a flick on the hoof. So it generally kicks the dirt out faster than it would in the front. The front kind of acts more like a hammer, and it drives into the ground. So the dirt and the debris sticks inside the horse's hoof. So generally the thrush usually stays more towards the front than it does to the back, but it can affect the back. So we're gonna take our hoof knife here and we're just gonna carve out the debris around the frog, which is this. Now, a real good telltale sign that the horse has thrush is you'll see a lot of black around the horse's hoof. You'll also get a smell, which I am getting. This is the frog on the horse's hoof. It acts like the shock absorber. It tells them how sensitive the ground is. It also acts as a flex. Thrush is a bacterial infection that starts right in here. These are called the bars on the horse's hoof. So, all right, so looking at that horse's hoof right now, it would be more of a preventative. He doesn't have thrush anymore. There is no thrush here. This is just dirt and debris in here. So, Skywalker, for all intents and purposes, does not have thrush.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that he no longer has it. Well, thank you, Dad.
Yep.
I appreciate you talking with us about it.
Yep, no problem.
Well, while you guys were with my dad with Skywalker, I was going over everything else with the rest of the horses. So they are all done, which means it's time to turn out. See, the cows are over here in the meadow. Looking good, looking pretty. Got a nice sunrise over there, and it's time to let all the horses out. So I'm gonna set you guys up on a time lapse, and I'm gonna let out all the horses. What do you say, Spooch? Huh? What do you say? Huh? Well, guys, that's going to be it for morning feeding. And we wrap things up at 8 a.m. So that's awesome. That is 3 hours before I usually finish up feeding. So that's good. Well, now we'll head on over to the Veggie Boy side of things and see what's going on over there. Just got off the phone with Grandpa, or Brian, depending on how you know him. And they're currently loading up horse hay. I know, wait, what? Horse hay? Yeah, horse hay. I'm over on the Veggie Boy side, if you couldn't tell from the turkeys. So we actually managed to get a third cutting in, which is awesome. And instead of it being baled as square bales, I knew that if they baled it as square bales, we wouldn't really be able to get a crop just because of how heavy the dews are this time of year. It's really hard to get that stuff dry. So they round baled it, and we're not gonna wrap it. That way we're still able to use it. So I'm gonna grab the skid steer loader and head on over to the horse stable. They're gonna be bringing in truckloads of hay. Wasn't what I was expecting to do this morning, but it's a good start. So the 10 round bales that we got are not going to be wrapped because of the chance that there's going to be some dew that is just inside the hay that we weren't able to get out from tedding and raking. So that means that they're going to need to be put under cover, which means they need to be put in here where the quad and the tractor are. So I need to get this equipment out and make room for some round bales. So right now we have 7 in there. We're going to be getting 1 more, which will make a total of 8 round bales that we will have gotten, which is awesome because that's a little over 100 square bales. That's like 120, 110 square bales. So that's good. And then they all fit under cover, so I don't have to worry about feeding them, and they look pretty dry too, which is awesome. Now we're in the truck and we're heading on our way over to a neighboring farm, and we're going to pick up the last round bale for the horses, and then we're moving on to moving hay for the cattle. We just made it to the field. There's our 2 round bales sitting pretty. Only 1 of those are ours, and then the rest are going to be going to cows. Brian needs some grass hay for his calves, and then there's also some clover bales that we're picking up that are of course going to be for the bigger steers. I'm just happy to be getting hay for horses. It's always good to have more hay. Right, Petey?
Yep.
There's 1, there's 2. We'll take this one, and then the other one we got to take around back for the cows.
Hey everybody, how you doing today? My name's Gavin.
We already did the intro.
And we're some of the Stable Boys, and we'd like to thank you for stopping by.
Stable Boys? What are you talking about, Stable Boys?
Sorry, it's just something stuck in my head.
Wonder where you got that from. truckload, and I believe what is the last truckload. There's 4 on this truckload right here, and then about 2 that are left out in the field that Daniel's gonna bring home on the tractor. I think. I'll have to give him a call after this is unloaded. So we got 8 grass hay for the horses, and then 3 grass hay for Brian's calves, and then about 6 clover for his cows. Okay guys, so that is gonna be it for hay for today, I think. Anyways, we're gonna be moving things on now. It sounds like I'm gonna be going and helping Daniel unhook the round baler. And then the tractor that's hooked to the round baler, I'm gonna take and disc. I'm gonna disc 2 fields up, and that'll probably be what I get done before lunch. And then after lunch, we're gonna be hooking up to the viver shank and then leveling off more ground, and Daniel is gonna get started planting wheat. I also have no idea where Gavin went. I seem to have lost him. It's amazing how much you can get done in a morning when you get started early, huh? Well, I beat him to it. We're gonna park the round baler in that back right corner back there, and there's the disc. I hope you guys enjoy tagging along with me on my days. It's nice having yous. I appreciate the company. The old disc. She gets the job done. I just gotta watch all the bolts on it because they like to vibrate out on it. So you gotta watch it close. And we're disking this field back here because there is a lot of organic matter that was in the field, and it'll all get caught up on the viver shank. So that's the plan there. Daniel's going to go get started viver shanking, creating a buffer. So, I mean, we're well on our way. Definitely we'll have all the groundwork today. I don't doubt that at all. All right, we've reached our first field. I'm gonna try setting this up the way I think it should go. And let's let her rip. Oh yeah. Gotta love discing. Now all I gotta do is just listen to the squeak of my chair and make sure I don't hit my head on anything in here. Shouldn't be too hard. Right? All right, we've managed to move on over to a smoother field that's a lot nicer, not as bouncy. It's bouncy, but it's not as bouncy. And it's looking pretty good. Yeah, nice. It's looking pretty nice. Good stuff. So I just finished going over the field once, and now we're going to be going over it twice. Here's how things look. Honestly, looking pretty nice. It's getting there. Now we're just going to try to level it off so it's nice and easy for when we come through and plant and harvest. Harvest will be next July, so that's when we're planning on coming through here and actually finalizing the crop. Gavin is here. He brought me some water and a new battery, and I appreciate him for it. I appreciate him very much. So we're gonna, I think, toss the camera over, and he's gonna get some cool shots here coming up. That's awesome. Whoop, whoop.
I've come into a roadblock. Now I could go that way and try to move it around, but it'd be quicker to go back the way we came and beat him at his own game. That doesn't make any sense, but here we go.
We're taking a pause for lunchtime, but this field's just about done. All I gotta do is go out and back a couple more paces, and then that's about set. And then we got one more field to work on, which is far rougher and bumpier than this one. But I'm not gonna think about that because we're going to go get lunch. Right, Gavin?
Yes. Food time.
Food time. Gavin and I just finished up lunch. Was grilled cheese sandwiches, and I would have filmed it, but there was like people everywhere, and not everyone was family, so I didn't film anything. So we're heading back. Gavin's about to drop me off in the field. And then we've got much more stuff to do. Gavin's got much more cinematography to do. Shall we?
Let's.
we are back at the fields. I'm gonna get back to disking. Gavin's gonna get back to being Gavin. So we have a different tractor and a different implement hooked up behind us. We wrapped up with disking. Daniel has just started planting wheat. This is the Vibrishank or harrow or cultivator. Wherever you're from, it's this piece of equipment. So we're gonna be using this to level off the ground and do some digging. And we got quite a bit of ground ahead of us to work on. Hey, I really like your shirt. Thanks. I really like the black outline on it.
Me too. Back at the stable. I should say I'm back at the stable. Joel's still out Vibrishanking, so I'm feeding for him this afternoon. So let's get some horses in, get them fed. Let's start off with the middle pasture. I don't even think we have to guess who's gonna come in first because we all know it's gonna be Suede. Hello, Suede. Good afternoon. Spitfire. Obi. Duke with the mohawk. So cool. And Argento. And now we're moving on to the big pasture. We already got Danny and Declan. Ooh, Declan crosses around and comes in first. Ooh. Weather right behind him. Danny crossing Poncho over. Sriracha. I've got the name down pat now. Gavin coming up quick. That's not Gavin, that's Archer. That's Gavin, also coming up quick. Docs. Samson coming up slowly. Hey, Samson. Majestic. There's William. Not coming in last this time. Crazy. Champ coming up the hill slowly. We got some cows over there. Champ might go say hello. Oh, no, he doesn't like him. He's going the other way. Casino. Way out there, taking his time. Oh, and Roni. I don't know if you can see it. He's all the way down there. Hey, Champ. There's Casino. While I was gone closing doors, Casino came in. And Roni's right here coming up. We're just waiting for Jack and Rebel. Per usual. And right after I was just talking about him. Here comes Rebel running up. Jack picking up the pace way back there. Ooh. Rebel with the speed. Jack has slowed down yet again. Oh, he picks up the pace again. Here he comes. Oh, Come on, Jack, let's go. Woo! So fast. I don't know for sure, but I'd say that's pretty close to the speed of weather. It took a bit longer than normal, but all the horses are out. Sadly, I have to go now, and I won't be here for the end of the video. So I'm gonna hand you off to Joel.
I don't know what to say, Megan. Well, everyone, that's where we're gonna end the video. I would like to thank you for all watching and being a part of my stable life. I don't know what to say, Joel, I'm sorry. How's the end of this video? Thank you for watching a stable life. little known fact about Joel.
Nation, let's ride.
Yeah. Stable Life Nation, let's ride. And then like Joel and Gavin get on the donkeys and just go.
Hey guys, I know, pretty major change of scenery. Well, Gavin ended up finishing up feeding horses and taking care of everything in the afternoon, and then he went home, and Megan was at the store, so the camera was in the back room, and then when she finished up with work, she took the camera home while I was out in the fields working ground with the Vibershank, trying to get everything ready for Daniel, who was behind me planting wheat, who actually is still planting wheat, interestingly enough. But I wrapped up over at the farm and finished up. It is now 6:10 p.m. and I started the day at 5 a.m. In case anyone was wondering, when I was over at the stable, I was at the stable at 6 a.m., started the day at 5 a.m. So, been a definitely long day, but we did get a lot done. Some awesome stuff like the round bales. We got 8 round bales. Some crazy stuff like the donkeys moved. Like, that's insane. And then, of course, we had some awesome cinematography by Gavin. Make sure that you show your appreciation down in the comments below for Gavin and everything that he did today and helping, well, everybody, because he helped me, which in turn helped me help Brian, and which in turn helped the family get the wheat planted in the ground, which helped Daniel, and so on and so forth. So everyone was helping everyone today. It was one of those family days. But anyway, it's going to be on that lovely note that's going to be where we're drawing an end to the video for today. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, please remember to hit that like button. It super helps the video and the channel grow. And if you are constantly watching the videos and you really enjoy them, hit that subscribe button. All it does is let you know when I post a video, so you could be somebody to check it out sooner rather than later. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.